Welcome to our Foundation of Personal Success web series. I'm your host, Maratib, and we will discuss about important things which is integral and part and parcel of our content related to personal success. And today is part one. Last Sunday, we did discuss overview of what is a personal success uh, look like, and we discussed a lot of different dimensions, different aspect of personal success for any person, for any individual, for any human being. So now, in coming next couple of weeks, each Sunday, we will discuss one particular dimension of being a personal successful individual. So today we will discuss about what sort of core values are really essential and fundamental for success, and more importantly, what are values actually? What is the meaning of value? What the perception and meaning behind values, and which type of values we need to follow, and which type of values does not call value, they are called something else. So we will try to learn these things. um, First of all, I will obviously I'm not going in details of each and everything. We can check from the dictionary as well the literally meaning of particular thing, but I will share with you about those definition or meanings of certain terms or notion which we can implement in regards of personal successful person, being a personal individual. So for example, uh, if I see this, so is a list of 230 personal core values. Yeah, I'm not sure whether you are able to view it. It's a one A4 size page. Um, I cannot actually magnify it as well, unfortunately. Um, but these are the different things as adjective as well and as a verb as well. And they are important and core values which one successful person keep it, or at least start to develop them if they want to being a successful person. So for example, acceptance, accomplishment, accountability, accuracy, awareness, balance, careful, charity, community, clever, cooperation, courage, courtesy, dignity, empathy, effectiveness, family oriented, fairness, focus. These are all words as a verb as well and also adjective as well. We obviously we are not Superman or super lady. We have to pick and choose all values in our character, in our personality, and every week, every day, and we need to use them. We need to practice them. That becomes part of our roots of as a characterful person, strong person with integrity. Integrity itself a value, very vital value. Let's have a look some more values. Honesty, hope, inspiring, innovative, kindness, knowledge, maturity, mastery, motivation, optimism, persistent, purpose, responsibility, security, service, simplicity, skillful, smart, thoughtful, thankful, stewardship, spirituality, toughness, traditional, welcoming, wisdom, trust, truth, trustworthy, transparency, you know. So there are so many values. We can learn them, and we can also um, teach other as well through our reflections in our daily life. And lot of things probably we do have in our uh, personality, in our character, but a lot of values we don't. And that's why we feel disappointments, um, sometimes shame, sometimes deceived by ourselves, our own ego, because of lack of these values. Some values are personal and some values are professional. Some values are deep down rooted with character. Some values are like waves in our ocean, like they float just on the surface, and some values are very deep rooted. So, uh, one second, somebody come. Let me change it. Yeah. So, enthusiasm, equality, ethical, excellence, fairness, freedom, friendly, fun, generosity, genius, humility, happiness, greatness, superb these things. These are some terms we use every day in our very positive communication, but we don't uh, know about actually its uh, their meaning as a really successful person, you know. So I would advise you to go for a and search these meanings from dictionary, maybe from encyclopedia, um, where you can find these words in details, um, or you can also find definitions to grasp the meanings of these terms from Dr. Stephen R. Covey's book, The Eighth Habit, as well, because he has defined a lot of terms in that as well. But you cannot find all definitions of these things at one place. So you have to do your homework. And because until your brain will not process their definition, you cannot grasp the meaning, and hence it will not part of your character. Until you will incorporate with your own personal values on our individual level or as a professional, as a businessman, or as an entrepreneur, or as an interdependent person, as a a team member. These values will be used and exercised repeatedly again and again. And now the question is, some people may confused from these personal values from skills or talents. Yeah. Many people call them as traits as well. Another meaning of trait. But the values have a different paradigm than trait. I mean, traits are something which is very also attached to the character, but the values is broader term. We use it. Now, the difference between values and um, the other things, like I said, uh, traits or principles. You, many people use alternatively. Oh, I follow this principle. Oh, this is a great principle. Oh, what this mean? What is the principle behind being adaptable? What is the principle behind being honest? You know, so it's just it's nothing but principle is another notion. So I'm not talking about here principle. Principles are the laws which governs the whole person. Yeah, and the values are map. Dr. Stephen Covey, the Seven Habits book author, he says the values are maps. So actually, these are all maps leading to occupied territory in form of principles, and hence you will achieve success or you will be on a path of success. So, for example, every term, let's pick any term like courage. Okay. Um, okay, I'm a successful person. How? Well, I'm a very courageous person. Okay. Courage is my very personal value. Okay. How? Well, I use courage whenever I confront any challenge, and it it makes me. Okay, somebody came. One second. So, right. So I'm a courageous person. Courage is my very personal value, and if you want to judge that how good I'm a leader, so I have to. I use courage. Many people witness that I'm a very courageous person. I take bold steps. So see, this is my value. This is my trait as well. You can say some people comfortable as a trait as well. But courage is not a principle. A courage actually has a paradigm behind this value. You know, it has a certain map. Every value has a map, and that map leads to the paradigms of success. So any value which have a certain positive map behind it, and that will take you towards accomplishment of your purpose of life, that will call, that will come under a value, core value. By the way, every value is some sort of core. For example, here is, if you see, let me take the pointer, a laser pointer. Yeah. So if you see, there is a value humility. Well, humility is our biggest value in a person, because it is our anti-ego. A person, for example, if somebody offends you, or somebody tortures you, or if somebody gives you pain, how you will respond him or her, being a humility, value-based character showing to that person. The other person, him or herself, automatically perceive your character as a strongest person. So this is your core value to defense yourself against any offensive object or behavior. See, so that value is telling you you have to be show your down to earth approach and give and and bear it. You need to exercise tolerance, and other person will perceive it, and actually he or she will be failed because he or she wants to offend you. So your humility will defeat the other person without any action. See, so these type of values are core in our life every day. When we are talking with our other colleague, with our boss, with our spouse, partner, we use this value as a shield without taking action. You see? So, for example, there is any other value, I can take it as persistent. Well, persistent is a great value of a human being as a productive person. So if we start any work and we are doing every day regularly with persistent, not to leave it, not to quit that thing, that will make you a giant person, you know. And this value will take you on a height of humanity. So and it has a certain map, you know, what the persistent means, why I'm persistent, why I need to be a persistent, because there is reason one, two, three, for cause A, B, C, and that's it. So you see, the values are so foundational for success, and they are different from, again, paradigm, from principles and skills. Now I'm going to show you a chart of skill, yeah, so that you don't mix with them. So values can act as a verb and adjective both, but the skills always are verb. So let me show you the skill. Yeah, I'm not sure whether you can see these. Um, I'm not sure many people are uh, viewing my screen, and their devices can see them. And this is a list of 246 skills as a verb, um, and is suggested by, advised by Richard Dick, Bolles Dick, who wrote the Parachute famous book. In the book, he mentioned there are key skills, every person can learn them. Yeah. So, for example, one of the skill is achieving, acting, assembling, budgeting, auditing, coping, creating, devising, drawing, driving, editing, explaining, giving, getting, illustrating, innovating, keeping, monitoring, painting, playing, predicting, programming, publicizing, remembering, risking, serving, setting up, suing, synthesizing, synergizing, supplying. See? So, writing, working, winning, washing, utilizing, using, upgrading. So, mostly the skills, when they act as a verb, they are skills, and we earn money by from this. And these skills are demanding in every job which we do at our workplace. When we go for job interview, or when we are choosing our partner or our girl or boyfriend in our life, then we also see them what type of money making or employability or professionalism he or she has, and we, our brain, judge them based on these skills. But these are different from personal values. But when the values and your skills combine together, then you get enormous success. Then actually you get the wisdom. No, the wisdom is so important in significant life, in the life which is really meaningful. So let me show you how does it. So this is a image shown by Dr. Stephen Covey in the book The Eighth Habit, and in which he says the character, which is based on values, personal values, like integrity, maturity, abundance, mentality, or so many other. When they meet with competency, means skills, technical skills, conceptually how professionally he or she is, interdependence or relationship skills at workplace. When a person have both, then the nexus or they it creates wisdom, you know. So that's a wise person is born. But we cannot be wise enough if we have only character or without any skills, or if we have skills without our character, we we cannot become a wise person. Yeah. So that's why these are very important in today's world. Actually, a lot of people around us, they have great potential to earn money, and maybe they are millionaire, they are rich people, they are very good entrepreneurs, are very skillful people, but they have very bad character. Probably they are involved in a lot of weak character based things, maybe in adultery, or wasting money, or too much drinking, clubbing, and uh, other things. I'm not saying that they are bad or they are. It's too much involvement in other things. Uh, Definitely weak the character. So if I do have spouse and children at my home, and I have my soulmate at my home, So there is no point I can go outside and I can choose someone else as well and deceive my partner at home. Uh, So obviously that's a weak character. When I do have enough or sufficient knowledge, I cannot hide it. I should not hide it. If I'm not helping other and I have a scarcity mindset rather than abundance mentality, so I will have a poor character. So character is something which is your roots of your life. If it get weaker, the competency will not be effective. No matter you are graduate from Harvard College or MIT College or Oxford University, it doesn't matter. It's just a degree, a paper, which will not give you ultimate or happiness, true happiness rather. The same thing is about the competence. If you are a great doctor, like you are very competent surgeon, yeah, and you know that you can do a operation which is not necessarily, and a person life could be in danger, but out of this operation you will get so much money, and people or many doctors can show a lack of character on that time, and they do operate the patient where it is not necessary, and hence the risk to die of the patient is obvious, but he will earn so much money. So here the character matters, you know. So we have to go side by side with both things. And then any action or any saying, any writing will be considered as a wise person. Let me show you another, the same thing from another aspect. This is amazing image shown in the Eighth Habit book by Dr. Stephen Covey. Now, if you see here is a value, humility and courage. So, for example, husband and wife or two spouses both have courage or humility, yeah, or maybe both have a negative value, negative values, like one is arrogant and other is cowardice, and they both meet and they produce children. So there are two options: whether their child, their children will be full of integrity, and they further produce abundance mentality based grandchildren or wise people, or they can produce hypocritical type of children which further give uh, grandchildren with poor values. So it's a three generation image. Parents, if they are strong, they will produce amazing children, and they will produce obviously grandchildren, amazing, wise, with abundance mentality, and the vice versa. So that's the how values are so important in our life, in our professional life. See, so uh, there is another importance of values and importance of character based diagram. from The Speed of Trust, written by son of Dr. Stephen R. Covey. I took from that book, and in which the credible person is the one who is credible in both dimension of the life, character and competence. That we can see from the people's body language, from their action and saying, and other is character. We cannot see, but obviously it reflects on the external world. And the character cannot be determined until you have core values. The values, those which we early learn, these values. You see, the personal core values. So these are as important as to be a successful. Now we are um, in a last stage of understanding our value stuff. Like in the same book, the Dr. Stephen is saying that there are the giant dimension in one person life, like as a physical intelligence or mental intelligence or emotional intelligence or spiritual intelligence or capacity. We people can see our outer image related to that dimension, being a disciplined or being a visionary person or being a passionate person or being a spiritual person. But underneath, we have to follow so many values, traits, and every value leads to empower particular capacity or intelligence in the person life. So for example, being a tenacious or committed or self-disciplined or persistent or competent or decisive or take action, that leads to the physical intelligence, and that helps not only in a fitness or health point of view, but also from money making point of view, being an entrepreneur. And that is a result, being a rich person is a result of being a disciplined person, isn't it? The same thing, if you are a visionary person or you have so much knowledge about particular field or particular domain of area of of business or personal life, then you will have a long-term perspective values. You you are more philosophical as well. You are achiever. You think outside the box as well. You are very hopeful as well. You set expectations. You become pioneer in that field. You watch dreams as well about that vision which you want to achieve, isn't it? So without these values, you cannot develop a vision, and hence that vision, if it's not developed, then you will be stop sharing your knowledge or mind with others. Hence you will lost your voice, and you will help other to lose their voice as well. So that's very important thing, how the values can contribute in being a visionary person on an individual level or as an entrepreneur or as a boss or as an employee as well. The next is the emotional intelligence, that is related with how you are passionate, uh, and you become a crazy in particular field. But you cannot become a crazy or you will lose passion if you will not have these some of these values. If you are not fearless, if you are not sensitive, if you are not humorous or people oriented, or if you are not empathetic, then you cannot be passionate. See how these core values are so important to develop or maintain the passion in your personality. And why people lose passion, why they are not emotionally intelligent, why they do silly acts at home, at work, because of missing of these values or weaker of some of the values. And the same thing is about being a spiritual intelligent. How you can be so consciously awakened and spiritually guided, you know what is wrong and what is not wrong, what is right and what is wrong, until you are not inspired by other things, until you are not wise, until you don't have moral values, you don't take responsibility, you don't believe on abundance mentality, if you are not ethical, oriented, value-based driven person, if you are not respected person, or you don't intuitive, or you don't believe on intuitiveness, so, and that's why your conscious will be dead or less awakened. That's why you will not be able to guide other three intelligences as well, because you don't have these values, or you're missing these core values. See, so how these values play vital role in people's life. So now, if you have any question, let me know uh, that you have complete understanding or a good understanding about meaning of being a core value driven person. I'm available for any question before I close the session today. Yeah. So that's all for being a personal successful individual, or as a spouse, or as a boss, or as an entrepreneur, or as an employee, as a manager, or any other role. We need to develop certain core values which will lead our character towards successful journey through principles and other vital things. Yes, you have any question or any thought?
Maratib, can you email me the 230 core values? I want to look those over more closely.
Okay, more closely. Okay. Um, yeah, I can show you.
I can actually take a picture with my phone.
Yeah, I can send you in an email as well. Or if I can share you. I know that these are, I took the image as it is. Let me show you from here, from my iPad, where you can have a close look. Let me see from here, iPhone, iPad.
All of these are so positive.
Indeed. Without positivity, you can't survive happily, Jenny.
And I like the abundance personality, or not personality, mentality as well. That means a lot.
Yeah,
Seeing the blessings.
yeah. I'm going to show you. Yeah. Okay, I'll show you from here. Sorry. Mm, yeah. Now you can see some.
Yeah,
It's better.
that's good.
Yeah. So I will send you separately page as well. So these are some core values, alphabet wise, A, B, C, up till Z. So different thing. So these are the values which we need to learn. I think if we start to learn each value from dictionary or from a good resource, uh, obviously the it will take 230 days, and it will be a great advantage for our life.
Definitely.
Uh, and once we will be learning these values, then obviously we will be more in um, controlled mode. We will controlling our life, and that's why how it is so important. So, and there are so many other literature as well related to values. Due to the time constraint, I've tried to just confine myself on these things only. So, apart from there, any other thought if you have? So, thank you very much. We will be on a part two next time, and we will. I would request you to join our YouTube channel, to subscribe it as well, and share with your friend and family. Uh, I'm trying to build a community where we all same mind like people get together and we'll share with each other. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next in next coaching session. Bye bye.